It starts in 2011, summer 2011. That's when it hit me. 23 years old, 4 years into my military service as an officer, I thought I knew my path. During those days, there were many raids and protests all around the country concerning the high cost of living and growing inequality. Just here behind us on the Rothschild Boulevard, trying to imagine tens of thousands of people protesting every night for weeks. And for me, I wasn't involved in that. Why? Because I had a good salary, early pension, and I really thought I knew my path. And then one night, I'm walking back home to my flat near Rabin Square in Tel Aviv, and I cross a crowded street full of protesters. And one thing caught my eye. A little girl sitting on her father's shoulders, holding a sign saying, "Democracy, why aren't you working for me?" And I remember feeling so confused. What is the little girl talking about? Democracy, not working? I really needed to know more. In the next few weeks, I began being socially aware and search for answers. In my military unit, I tried to raise conversations about democracy and the political situation, and I soon found myself sitting all alone at lunch. Nobody wanted to talk to me about those issues. And I realized that military and politics don't really go well together. In all my social groups, I tried to raise questions, but kept getting the same answer. Kacha ze. That's how it is. That's when it hit me. I can't accept that. I need to change my path. For me, 2011 was a wake-up call. It took me 2 years to make one hard decision and 2 good ones. The hard decision was to leave the military. The first good one was to start a BA in economics in order to better understand how the system works. And the second good one was to join the Rothschild Ambassador Leadership Program. I needed to find people who believed that kacha ze, that's how it is not the only answer. A year later, I'm still trying to understand economics. I met with Sapir and Eilam, my 2 best friends. We met for coffee and we tried to understand why has not much changed since 2011. I mean, think about it. So many people went out and protested, and we're still facing the same problems today. And that's when we realized that the problem is that we are all waiting for that perfect leader to come and save us and solve all of our problems. But it's not going to happen. How about we start influencing all the leaders who are out there? That's why we created our movement, Israel 2050. We want to empower the influence of the civil society. How do we do that? First, we establish leadership programs through our campuses, youth centers, and social NGOs in order to provide the knowledge and tools needed for smart impact. And then we created a peer network for our program's graduate to have a lifelong community arena for activism, so they can solve not just the symptoms, but also the structural problems in our economy, from finance to education, labor market, and many more. About our name, Israel 2050. I know it sounds really far away, but that's the point. We need to stop waiting and to start creating smart and effective change. And we Israelis, we love to do things in the last minute. We book the best deals for hotels and flights in the last minute. We solve crises in the last minute. And hey, we even invented an app, ways to make it to meetings just in the last minute. And we have to change that approach and start thinking not just about tomorrow or the next year. How about 30 years ahead? In the beginning, it was hard. We didn't have any financial support, but luckily for us, at that point, we already knew that saving for an apartment in Israel is not really going to work, so we just used our own saving. But the truth is that money wasn't our biggest problem. Most of the youth we met said, "Kacha ze." That's how it is. But despite those challenges, we had a lot of energy and a strong belief. And today, Israel 2050 is 4 years old. We have 30 staff members. Our leadership program enrolls in 20 campuses, and our 300 peer network fellows create smart and effective impact. For example, when I was in high school, nobody talked to me about money. And these days, our finance team are working to promote financial education in schools so children can understand the smart use of money and understand the financial planning. And that's not all. Our teams conduct thorough research, field activity, and lobbying in the parliament to promote the public's interest in many fields. And to be honest, as for today, 2018, democracy is still not working for everyone. And I'm still trying to understand economics. But I really see the roots of a big change. Our team, fellows, and many partners don't say, ככה זה. That's how it is. They ask, איך זה צריך להיות? How should it be? Thank you.